Welcome to another video that I'm making up off the top of my head, so it may be an absolute fucking car crash. But whilst I was away at the weekend, there was a story in the news on which I want to air my opinion. Now, last year, World Cycling banned trans women from competing in female events, which makes sense because if you go through puberty as a male, you'll usually be larger and stronger than most females. Only 2.5% of women are as strong as the average man. And of course, cyclists, they aren't average, these are athletes. And a few months ago, World Athletics also banned trans women from competing in female events. But different countries still have different rules. But here in the UK, British cycling has played a masterstroke. By now, I think most of us are aware that gender ideology is hell-bent on the erasure or replacement of actual women. That's why women are now referred to in certain places as birthing parents, bleeders, chest feeders, people who menstruate. All these terms which are accurate but are also degrading and break the association between woman and female. So British cycling hasn't banned transgender athletes from competing. It's just changed the divisions. It used to be women's cycling and men's cycling. Now, the women's division, that's still open, but only to biological females. However, the men's category has been abolished. It's now the open category. For the last few years, we've all heard trans women athletes and their toxic fucking allies insisting that trans women don't have any advantage over biological women. We also know that trans women who are biological men, when they were competing in the men's category, usually they were quite shit. And I'm not saying that anyone transitions just to compete, but I will say that every trans woman who competes in a female sport knows damn well that he has got an advantage, knows damn well he's taking opportunities away from women and girls, and I'll say is plain fucking evil. Thus, the new open category in British cycling is open to men, women, trans women and gender non-binary. Or to put it another way, males, females, confused men wearing dresses or downright cheats, and attention-seeking fucktards devoid of all personality, that's the non-binary crowd. Of course, this decision has led to the more toxic members of the trans community tugging at their wigs and crying down the front of their gingham dresses. And the most high-profile transgender woman cyclist in the UK is called Emily Bridges, and she has condemned this, and I quote, as an act of violence. An act of violence? Well, surely that's something she would know all about, because we've seen countless times that trans women, when they compete against actual women, are very prone to violence. In MMA, mixed martial arts, where a biological man will willingly hit the shit out of a woman, at least 2 female competitors have had their skulls fractured. In volleyball, a trans woman hit the ball into the face of a competitor so hard that she got concussion, and the trans woman then referred to it as the most proud moment of her sporting career. There's also been violence from trans competitors in skateboarding, and cycling is fucking rife with it. So for Emily Bridges to say that it's an act of violence because she is banned from competing in a class just for biological women is fucking laughable. And I think it's a pure coincidence that back when Bridges was younger, competing in the junior category of men's cycling, where he was very successful, then he was happy being a man. But when he moved into the seniors category, where he was getting beat left, right and centre, then suddenly he decided he was a woman. Bridges also stated that cycling is one of the straightest and whitest sports there is. And I'll agree on that. Cycling is very straight and very white, in the same way that sailing is a very white-dominated sport, essentially. Sports which Africans can't afford to do, white people tend to dominate. But let's bear in mind here, Emily Bridges, the person complaining that cycling is straight and white, is technically a white man. So for me, the absolute genius of this decision is it throws down the gauntlet to the moaning trans athletes who for years have been saying, it's unfair, we don't have any advantage. Good, if you don't have an advantage, compete against the men. Let's see where you fucking finish. I truly hope more sports governing bodies make the same decision. And for years now, there's been this phrase, toxic masculinity, which refers to basically anything traditionally male. But for me, I can think of nothing that fits that category more than a man pretending to be a woman in order to take something away from women and then claiming to be the victim. As ever, thanks for watching.